Dad got scalped by the Paiute Indians.
That's the business?
That's right. You see, my folks is powerful rich for they was all killed off in a feud.
What's he talking about?
Why, he's talking about fallen grandeur. Right, boy?
Yes, sir.
The saddest state mortal man can sink to. You should know about fallen grandeur.
I should?
Let us introduce ourselves. This here is none other than a great nobleman. Cheated of his rightful title. He, gents, is the Duke of Bilgewater.
A duke?
I am?
He was untimely ripped from his cradle, and mulin' and pukin' was tossed into the world to fence for himself at the tender age of 1.
I was?
The tragedy has chased the facts from his mind.
Poor little child.
Royalty. It don't hardly seem possible.
Ah. Whoever said the truth is a stranger to fiction knew his apples all right. Take myself. You heard tell of the lost dolphin, haven't you? Son to Louis XVI, Marie Antoinette.
Of course.
I reckon you had. I am he. I'd be lounging on the throne right now if I hadn't been snaked out of my title by the upstart Corsican.
What's he talking about?
Well, he's just saying that he's the King of France.
You are?
I am. If justice ever gets done. What do you say, boy? Join the royal party and there'll be a sizable piece of change forthcoming. Upwards of $60.
$60?
We's going to Cairo. You'd be wise to heed the royal whim.
Unless you ain't gonna swim to Cairo.
We'd be right suspicious if a boy and a manservant that had turned down $60 in currency. What do you say, boy? The decision's all yours.
Happy to be of service, your kingship.
Majesty'll do. Kingship ain't for but state occasions.
What is it, Huck? Is the English reverends or foreign highnesses?
I swear, Jim, what you don't know about royalty, it'd fill a book. What these highnesses are doing are one of the things they do most of. It's called traveling incognito.
On the bike spill, Bilgy, and a little child shall lead them. Tra-la-la-la, the world's full of suckers, waiting around for us to take 'em in. Tra-la-la-la, there's so many suckers that a man with brains don't even know where to begin.
Monstrous big sky, ain't it, Jim? Do you ever see so blame many stars? Makes you wonder where they all come from. Reckon the moon could have laid 'em? I seen a frog lay near that many eggs one time.
Think we got nothing but trouble here, Huck.
Aw, dog it, Jim. You gotta look on the bright side of things. We's having an adventure. Besides, one thing I learned out of Pap, the best way to get along with them kinds is to let 'em think they got you fooled. I never see nobody for praying like you, Jim.
You can't pray too much. Not when you're a sinner. You know it and the Lord knows it.
Aw, you ain't a sinner, Jim. What sin have you sinned? Except for running away from the widow.
Oh, I sin, Huck. I sin big. I sin the baddest sin as any man ever did, black or white.
Fiddlesticks.
You know my little girl, my little Elizabeth. One time when she was about 4 years old, she had a powerful rough spell with that scarlet fever. But thank goodness she got well. And one day we were standing around in the cabin and the door was open. I said to her, "Shut the door, baby." She didn't do it. I tell her again, and she never moved. She just kept standing there, looking up at me, kind of smiling like. I said, "I'm gonna teach you to mind your daddy." And I fetch her a slap across the side of her head to send her sprawling. And I stepped outside just to kind of cool off a little bit and come back about 10 minutes later, and the door was still open. The child was almost right in it, looking down at the floor and just mourning, and the tears were just rolling down her cheeks. I was mad. And just as I started for her, along come a wind and shut the door. Kablam! And the child, she never moved. She didn't even budge. She was stone deaf. Deaf and dumb from that scarlet fever, and I had been treating her so. I bust out crying. I grabbed up in my arms and prayed God Almighty forgive me. Because I can't forgive myself. Huck, the Lord knows what kind of sinner I is. He knows I don't deserve nothing but trouble.
Prosperous-looking village. The leading citizen of such a town must be rich beyond the avaricious dreams of Croesus himself. Rich folks is suspicious. Might just be a good idea to get a few facts on dear Peter Wilkes.
How you gonna do that, Your Majesty?
Why, the same way as you get facts anywhere. From the town barber.
You need to shave anyway, Your Majesty.
Ain't he the beatenest?
Runaway slave, wanted for murder, reward $200. Seems a young'un by the name of Huckleberry Finn was killed up Hannibal way, cut up and drowned in the river. Next day, the slave run off. Poor little chap, weren't no older than you are.
Yeah, poor little chap.
Mammy and Pappy must be sorrowing fit to bust.
Yeah, especially his pap.
Runaway slave answers the name of Jim. That's your name, ain't it?
Oh, but the slave they're looking for, well, he killed a young'un older than me. So it couldn't have been Jim. Because I ain't dead. Here, touch me. Go ahead, touch me.
Touch him. Touch him.
There he is now. Whatever he tells you to do, you do.
I appreciate your help in this matter.
What's that,
Allow me
Roger?
to introduce the leading tonsorial wizard of this fair metropolis, my brother, the Reverend William Wilkes, our nephew Percy, and that there's our loyal manservant.
You're the one that's afflicted, ain't you?
Beg pardon?
The one that's deaf and dumb.
Deaf and dumb?
Since birth. Mr. Peter Wilkes told us all about his poor brother, William.
Deaf and dumb? Oh, deaf and dumb.
Now, if your worship will excuse me, I'll go tell.
What is he?
Have you heard the news? The Reverend Wilkes and his brother just arrived from England.
Now on Bilgewater, the hand is quicker than the eye. Our nieces, Mary Jane and Joanna, will be expecting us. Poor fatherless waifs.